Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Predator 2 Elder Predator V2. This is one of their better looking figures that they've ever released. Just gonna put that out there right now. This thing looks fantastic in all ways but one. We're gonna talk about all of it though, the good and the bad, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. And this guy stands just over 11 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to, let's say, 4.5 inches. And for those of you who aren't quite sure what size that is, here he is up against your standard Marvel Legends. Comes up just past the waist, so he's a little tiny fella. Lots of little details packed into such a tiny package. This guy is one of their better looking ones for sure. The paints are phenomenal. The sculpts are pretty standard, but he does have the extra things like the necklace and the scabbard here and little other details, but just really well painted on this one. So nicely done. The only part of this guy that isn't phenomenal is the eyes. That is always the weak point on these guys. They just need a little bit more shading under there because it's like a very stark, bright color with the little beady eyes. And that's kind of not technically as wrong as it seems, but it would look so much better if it was just a little bit cleaner. In fact, I'll bet it looks better on the package. Do we have... Yeah, you can see here how much darker it is on the package. I mean, I know that's some shadow going on there too, but it would go a long way on the figure to put some black airbrush in there. Because you can see there's so much detail everywhere else. Shading, everything you could possibly want. Even the mouth is very nicely detailed, but the eyes do look a little bit off. I know that's a big deal, kind of, but also at the same time, the rest of the figure looks so dang good, I'm not going to harp on that too much. But it is pulling it back a little bit. So for the aesthetic, I'm only going to go 8 out of 10, which is still a really good score, but those eyes need a little bit of working. Alright, as far as accessories go, we do get 2 alternate hands, which are for gripping things. We get a flintlock pistol and the machete and the spear. Very nice batch. The machete does fit in the scabbard, by the way, so that's cool. And then lastly, we get the display stand with the little clippy thingies to hold it together with other display stands. Very nice batch of accessories. I'll give that, for this scale and this price point, a 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. Now, as far as the articulation goes, it should be pretty standard. The neck is on a ball peg, the head is on a ball peg. These guys articulate pretty well. Now, he does have a lot of straps and things going on around his neck, but it should be pretty good still. The hair is soft and the ball pegs work, so no problems there. Now, this side is encumbered by the blaster. Oh, by the way, the blaster's on a ball peg too, so that's good. And the shoulder pad, so I'll show you the articulation over here and we'll see if it works. Sometimes we have some stuck joints with these guys. It's very tight. Let's see. I can't get it to go up any higher than that. Now, it should go higher than that based on other releases, but it's not going for me. And you do... Oh, it's very, very stuck. It's just stuck in general. Okay, let's try rotating it. Rotation works. You do get full rotation. Let me pull it out just a little bit. You get your full rotation, but that hinge part of that ball hinge is very much stuck. There we go. I got it. Let's see if it'll work now. Yeah, it's still binding. So be careful with the shoulder joints on this guy. Something is causing that some trouble, and then obviously this one's going to be way more restricted. You do get a bicep swivel, that's cool. Single jointed elbow, that's obviously fine. Your gauntlets do rotate on either side, and the blades do extend. They are extended right now, and you can push them back in. They work really nicely, and then the wrists are on ball hinges, or ball pegs, I'm sorry. Diaphragm joint works pretty well. It's not the best we've seen, but it works fine. I would say that's definitely good enough. There's no more articulation down here. For the hips, you get a ball peg, but they go pretty much all the way forward. They don't go back at all. Out to the side works surprisingly well. The scabbard gets in the way a little bit, but it's fine. And the ball pegs aren't very tight, but they're not super loose. I think at this weight, at this scale, it should be okay. You do get a thigh swivel in there, so that's pretty good. Double jointed knees work. And they could definitely be better. They're okay, but they could be better. 90 degrees. And for the ankles, you just have your hinge, which is okay, I guess. And you get your rotation. That should be swapped. The hinge should be at the top, rotation at the bottom. Better range of motion if you did it that way. But still, it's not too bad. And I suspect most people are going to put these guys on their little display stands anyway, because they're not that easy to balance. So yeah, it's not a bad batch of articulation, it just doesn't function as well as it could, so I'll give it only a 7 out of 10. It's all there, but it's going to require some tender love and care to get it working properly. So final verdict on this guy is it's one of their better looking figures for sure. The eyes could be better and the articulation could be fleshed out just a little bit, but at this price point, I don't think you'll find a better looking figure. They have nailed it with the aesthetic and good accessories. Like, it's a very, very fine release for the price point. So I'm gonna give it a final verdict of 8 out of 10. Really strong release. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it a whole bunch if you're into this line, and even if you're not, you might have fun picking it up just for kicks. Alright guys, there it is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.